Good day, Pisces. Welcome to your October 2022 reading. This is a timeless reading, so just take what resonates with you and share the rest to others. Okay. At the same time, if the spirit leads you into this video, even if it is already way past October, there must be a reason that the spirit has brought you here. So just allow the spirit to guide you and just listen to your intuition so that somehow you will be able to get the message that is meant for you. Now, we're going to start with the upper layer, and this upper layer represents those messages from the spirit, from the divine, from your spirit guides, from the angels, from your ancestors. Okay, so these are the messages from them. And then at the same time, the second level represents what is happening to you in your physical realm. Okay, so these are the things that you are conscious of. So what are the events or emotions or situations that are happening in your present, or no, not really present. It can happen in recent past, a present moment, and also in the future, but they are happening in your physical realm. Okay. So the beautiful thing about Pisces is yeah, two fishes dancing with each other. It's like a balance between the yin and the yang, balance between the inner world and the outer world, balance between the light and dark shades of our personality. There's a certain beauty when we are in that kind of state. Okay. Now, on the last level, the lower level, represents those things that are happening in your subconscious mind. It also includes our intuition and our emotions. Okay. Now, this is your recent past, this is your present moment, and this is your possible future or proximate future. Okay. So, there's a shade there. Maybe we can tilt it a little. Yeah, much better. Okay, yeah. So, in the recent past, it seems that for some of you, we have here, in the recent past, we have here karma, boundaries, King of Swords, okay, and then we have here the Nine of Pentacles, Justice, and Lovers. Okay, so I feel that for some of you Pisces, you've met, for those of you who are looking for a relationship, no, for those of you who may not be looking for a relationship, but something happened. For some of you, somebody came to your life. Okay, we have here the Lovers card, no, and it is somebody who is very intuitive, very much in touch with the divine. It can be also that you are the one who is intuitive and very much in touch with the divine. But whatever it is, you are both drawn to each other. And when you are together, it seems that you don't care anymore what you know how it is when you are with this person. It's as if everything, you no longer notice what is happening around you, because when I look at this card, no, I see a snake behind this feminine energy, and she doesn't mind even when the snake is there. Oftentimes people are afraid of snakes, no, and but this lady doesn't mind the snakes. So it's as if when they are together, they just become aware of the presence of God in their relationship, and as if the other things in life fade away. Okay. But at the same time, no, if this is really a new relationship that came in your recent past, somehow both of you are somehow, we have here the Justice card, and both of you seem to be very particular with giving, and giving equally and receiving equally. So it's there is a certain sense of trying to make things balance. There is a balance here with the Justice card. There is a balance here, and there is this truth. So there is somehow your relationship is somehow filled with a certain. The relationship has a certain energy or a certain spirit of honesty, and the same time certain sense of balance. And here again also, both of you, I feel, have good boundaries. No, we have here the King of Swords, and the King of Swords is somebody who holds a sword, who exacts the truth or justice. The same with here with justice. So two here, a feminine energy and at the same time a masculine energy. So I feel that both of you are very particular with being true to each other, and at the same time you are trying to share everything balanced. There's a balance, and at the same time I think that both of you respect each other's boundaries. Both of you also uphold each other's boundary, but at the same time also there's a certain increased somehow being together increases your intuition. Both of you, like for example, when you look at the masculine energy, she's looking at the feminine energy, and the feminine energy is looking at the universe or the divine or the spirit guides. So you are being guided by the presence of the divine and your spirit guides. At the same time, yeah, your intuition is also guiding your relationship. And it seems that, yeah, you see here, there's this masculine energy again and the feminine energy. The masculine energy seems to be very organized, very much able to handle his affairs, like a king. And at the same time, there's a certain maturity in him. At the same time, also a lady here, which is the Nine of Pentacles, she's very prosperous and very productive, very fertile. At the same time, she is very intuitive, and she is very much composed, just like the king. So both of you seems to be very comfortable with a certain relationship. Okay, if okay, so we start with a person who has a relationship in the recent past. For those of you who are happily single, for some of you who are happily single, contented just being alone, and somehow I feel in the recent past you have attained a certain holism in your personality. It's as if you were able to attain a certain balance between your masculine and your feminine side. At the same time, you are very much in touch with, you're very much aware of how the divine and your spirit guides are helping you in your life's journey. At the same time, you're not afraid to be yourself. There is a certain nakedness, so you are not afraid to be who you truly are. At the same time also, if you are in a relationship, you are not afraid also to be yourselves. When you are in the relationship also, you are happy just being who you are. So it's a very healthy relationship if it is a relationship. If it is you're happily single, you are not afraid. You're very comfortable with yourself also, and you are somehow attaining a certain wholeness in your life right now in the recent past. Okay, and at the same time, yeah, you had good boundaries. You have good boundaries. At the same time, you also expect other people to give equally in your relationship if you reach out to them. So this can apply both to those who have a relationship or who had a relationship in the recent past, and also those who are happily single. Okay, so it's the same. But at the same time, you see here, you are in a state where you have good boundaries. At the same time, you give generously, but at the same time, you expect also to receive love at the same time. So there's this certain proactiveness, but at the same time also assertiveness. Here it says here, karma. You may be involved in a situation that requires justice and fairness. When I look at this message, yes, it's in a relationship where you require or you expect justice and fairness from the people you are having a relationship with. So somehow you are very particular with this one. You feel that if you do unkind things to other people, there will be an sort of a negative negative effect also to you. So in a certain sense, you are very particular with justice, very particular in giving what is due in every relationship, and you expect that also from other people. So I look at this one as something that is positive. And you have, see again, boundaries. Okay, it says here boundaries. You are learning the gentle art of setting boundaries and saying no. So you require what is equal. So if you feel that you feel that you need some space, you are not afraid also to honestly say no. Just like the king. The king, when the king says yes, everybody follows. When the king says no, everybody follows. The same time also with the justice, when there is a court hearing, when the judge says makes a decision, everybody follows. So in a certain sense also, you are also firm with certain things. If you feel that you need some time, you are not afraid to spend to require others to respect that space that you have. So I feel that in the recent past you have a situation that is very stable, and for those of you who have a relationship, it is a very fulfilling relationship. For those of you who are happily single, you are very much contented with your life. You feel that you feel that your cup is overflowing, that the divine is filling up your cup, and you're happy whether you are with somebody or not. Okay, so that's the beauty with the recent past. Now, in the present moment, it seems that you are on a journey towards a new inspiration, and I think you are ready for the journey. You are dressed up for the journey, and you look at the land; it's well tilled. No, so you are patiently working on something right now. Okay, it can be a certain project or a certain inspiration that has come to you, and at the same time, as you go towards this project, you are not in a hurry. You are meticulously checking all the details, making sure that everything is well planned. You are not in a hurry. At the same time, you are not afraid. You are guided. You are, as you make this plan or you start this new project that you seem to have right now, you are also guided by the universe. We see here a fish. The fish is somehow, for me, symbolizes messages from the divine, messages from the universe. And there's a sea. The throne of the King of Cups is in the sea. Here we have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is usually a very reliable knight, that when he sets out on a project, he will see it through. And at the same time, he's not very in a hurry. He's not in a rush. He considers everything carefully. Now, the King of Wands is somebody, the King of Cups is somebody who is very much in touch with his emotions, somebody who, it can be also somebody who is very intuitive, somebody who conducts his affairs, but at the same time, as he conducts his affairs, he relies also not only on his mind, but also much more on his intuition and the guidance from the universe. So he is immersed in the, so here is a person who is very contemplative, somebody who contemplates things before he acts on it. Maybe that is the reason also that we have here the Knight of Pentacles. He doesn't rush into things. He thinks it's true. So somehow at this present moment, you are in this kind of energy where you have a goal and you are patiently working on your goal, and you constantly allow the universe to guide you. Now, at this present moment also, however, there might be moments when you tend to overanalyze. You know how it is where they have this term about paralysis through analysis. Okay, it's sometimes, yeah, because you tend to plan first before you do the action. There might be a danger for you to overanalyze to the point that it might give you some sleepless nights. So somehow in the subconscious mind, in the physical realm, things seems to be okay. You are gradually going towards your goal, but in your subconscious mind, there is somehow a tendency to overanalyze things. And somehow, sometimes this overanalyzing can lead you to some sleepless nights. So there is maybe a need to balance a little bit more. Not too much thinking. At the same time, learning to entrust many things to the universe. We have here the fear card. Your fears are keeping you from moving forward into the life that you deserve. Okay, so somehow it's like paralysis by analysis. You know how it is. You know that there's a goal, and you know that this goal can lead to success, but at the same time, there are some fears. They say 90% or certain a very high percent of the things that we worry about do not really happen. Okay, so it's like that. So you have a goal, you have a dream, but sometimes there's a tendency to overanalyze, and the fear sometimes paralyzes you. So maybe that is also the reason why we have here the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is not in a hurry. Maybe one of the things that keep you from moving forward with speed is this fear. Fear of overanalyzing things. So somehow there is the message here. This is the message from the universe, and this is in your subconscious mind. So by physical external purposes, it seems that everything is going well, but maybe part of the slowing down of reaching it towards your dream is maybe over analysis. So this is something that you might see. Try to see if it resonates with you, and maybe you need to address this one. Learning to let go and let God. Trust more the the providence of the divine. That the divine, listen to the divine, knowing that the divine has your back. We have here the King of Pentacles. Again, here you see here the King of Pentacles. He's somebody who is contemplating on his project. The pentacle could be this new inspiration or this new project. And when you see here, he closes his eyes. The King of Pentacles closes his eyes. So he's contemplating on it. And somehow, when you look at it, everything is flourishing around the king's throne. So it seems that somehow the universe, in the subconscious mind, somehow this card of the King of Pentacles is countering the Nine of Swords. It's as if the King of Pentacles is saying, just and contemplate and know that the universe is providing everything for you. Try not to worry too much. So somehow you need to create a certain balance between trusting the universe. I feel when a person is in contemplation, just like this King of Pentacles, contemplating on his dream, there is lesser tension, there is more peace, there is more tendency towards stillness. So somehow the invitation for you is to balance about these things. It's good also to analyze things because you are able to anticipate certain things, but not to the point when it will paralyze you because of fear. So there's a need for you, I feel, in the subconscious mind or the subconscious realm, there is a need for you to balance between trusting the universe and also preparing for whatever challenges you're going to see. So it's like a balance between your intuition and your analytical mind. At the same time here, there is this message of the source. Okay, your connection to the source, is light and love that shines through you and leads the way. So see, here again, you see here the balance between a king who is contemplating, aware of the guidance and the providence of the universe, and here is a person who is very anxious. Again, here with the message of the universe, it's similar. You see here the source, it's telling you to trust the source. Your connection to the source is the light and love that shines through you and leads the way. So you are being guided, just like this knight who is looking at the star. There's a need for you somehow here to really not only have this peace exteriorly, but also have this peace interiorly in your subconscious mind. It's as if the same message here, intuition and analysis. Here again, analysis and intuition, the universe, generosity, and your fears. Here we have again the awareness of the universe's generosity and your fears. So somehow this is the challenge that you are facing right now in this present moment, Pisces. You are a water element, so somehow you are very much intuitive also. So you have already this capacity, this innate capacity to be aware of the generosity of the universe, of the guidance of the universe. So try to counterbalance the fears, the too much analysis, so that you will be able to move forward in a balanced way, and maybe again move forward not only being sure but at the same time a little bit faster. Now in the near future, it says here, you would still have this anxiety. Maybe you see here, we have here the Eight of Swords. Again, when you look at the Eight of Swords, this Eight of Swords is blindfolded. So for me, I feel it is the fear of the unknown. The fear of what will happen. Like for example, you have this certain dream, somehow you feel, I don't know what will happen, so you tend to anticipate the possibilities and everything. And as we have said earlier, 90+% of the things that we worry about do not really happen. So somehow here it's the fear of too much analysis. Maybe this is the anxiety that you might have. And again, you see here the Queen of Cups. So in the near future, it seems that the same struggle you would still have, and here maybe there's a need for you to be a little bit wise on yourself. I mean, how you tend to try to find creative things. Here we see here the Five of Swords. This Five of Swords, one, when you look at him, the expression of the person is a little bit sneaky, as if he won something over the others. So I feel that the invitation here is that maybe you just need to be creative. You know how it is, wily as the fox or wise as the fox. The fox is a small creature but he is able to, outwit certain things. No, so it's like that. It's you need to outwit yourself in a certain sense. You need to be creative to find ways in order to counter this tendency to be over analytical. So somehow it's like the Pisces fish that dances. No, you need to dance through your situation in such a way so that you will be able to overcome this anxiety, which is still here. I feel that in the near future, it is more of the fear of some possibilities that might happen. So you need to be wise in order for you to succeed, just like in the Five of Swords. He succeeded because he was wise, he was creative, he found of clever ways in order to counter, and to counter the enemies, and so he won. So I feel that in order for you to win over this tendency to overanalyze, to be afraid of the future, you need to be creative, to find creative ways in order to attain the stillness that this Queen of Cups has. I feel that the secret behind here is the awareness of the providence of the divine. The Queen of Cups is looking at the Holy Grail, and the Holy Grail symbolizes the eternity, the divine. And when you look at it, she is constantly aware and listening constantly to the divine. So I feel for some of you, maybe you are invited to deepen a little bit more your relationship with your with the divine. Maybe learning to be more receptive to the guidance of the spirit, more receptive, just like the queen who is before the waters, no, which symbolizes the inner world, and contemplating on the messages coming from the divine by looking at the Holy Grail. And then behind her are the angels. So you are guided by the angels. So this is a person who is constantly guided by the universe, constantly guided by the spirit, constantly guided by the divine. And I feel this is the secret. As you see here again, this is the secret and the source. I feel this is the secret for you to overcome this anxiety of the or uncertainty of the future. And at the same time, yeah, you will use your mind here, just as this person uses the swords, no, and he won. You also need to be creative. You use your creativity, you use your mind in order to find ways or find certain techniques in order to overcome the tendency to fear the future. And here in the near future, it's you are going to receive the Ace of Pentacles. When you look at the Ace of Pentacles, it is a gift from heaven. It is a gift from the divine. And the gift from the divine, the pentacle symbolizes prosperity. So you really need to counter this fear, because the universe is going to bring you prosperity and you need not have to worry. At the same time, I feel that the universe is giving you some people who will help you. Okay. Maybe here also I start to have this feeling that maybe there's a need for you also not to be too competitive with other people to the point that you alienate them, because you need people also to help you accomplish your dream. It is harder to reach for your dream when you are alone. Sometimes it helps when you are alone, because sometimes people don't understand. But then when you undergo this paradigm shift and you start running towards this dream, you will attract people who will also have the same heart and the same inspiration as you are. Just as here it says your support team. 2 minds are better than 1. 3 minds are better than 2. And 4 minds are unstoppable. So for some of you, maybe 4 people will be coming, 2 or 3. But people will be coming your way. People who would see your dream and will be running with you. It's like the story of a dog who saw a rabbit and he started running after the rabbit. When he started running after the rabbit, other dogs saw him and saw the rabbit that he was running after. And so these people started joining him. And they started running after the rabbit as a lot of people. But sometimes, there will be some people who will just see you running and they will run after you, but they didn't see the rabbit. So in the end, they will stop. But I feel that these people who are in the support team, these people also see the rabbit that you are running after. And so they will be helping you. So also maybe here is a little bit of a warning also for you to not also be too to also be a little bit discerning that you will not alienate other people. So there is a certain sense also of tenderness or kindness, no? And I feel if you are constantly guided by the spirit, you will be able to overcome this the beauty about it is, yeah, do not worry too much because a support team is being sent to you by the universe. Earth shifts, okay. You are very connected with Mother Earth, and as such, you experience all that she does. Okay, so I feel in the near future also for many of you, your intuition will evolve further, and yeah, you will be more in touch with what is happening around you, just as the queen is surrounded by the presence of the divine, presence of their angel guides, and she's amidst nature. No, I mean, a queen should usually, often you would see the throne of a queen inside a palace, but this queen is outside in the world, so she is in touch with the world. So I feel also in the near future, maybe some of the things that can help you also is not only being aware of the presence of the divine, but also spending some time also going out with nature. It's a good practice also to, if once a day you just go for a few minutes outside to be in touch with nature, a short walk, a short stroll, no, it can help you also. So I feel in the near future things will be a lot better. You see here, it's just that there's this, for example, in this present moment, you see only one card that causes anxiety. The rest seems to be okay. Here, fear. They are supporting this one, no? Here, yeah, here we have two cards in the present moment. Two cards, the fear card and at the same time the Nine of Swords. But when you go forward, you move forward in the proximate future, it will be lesser. Maybe it's because you were already a little bit more aware of how the universe and the divine is working with you, your connection to the source. Maybe if you work on it, it will evolve to the point when you would see only there's only one card that causes anxiety. The rest seems to be more of in the positive spirit. No, so somehow this one is just you just need to work on it a little bit more. It will still be there. It's normal to have this fear also. Like for example, it's normal to anticipate these things, and the important thing is to balance them. Sometimes they say courage is not the absence of fear; it is the ability to move forward even with you have. They say it's the conquering of the fear, but I fear is I for me it's like moving forward amidst the fear. Okay, it's the moving forward with courage and hope. It's more of like that. So for me, yeah, the courage with that belief that things will get well. So somehow, yeah, it's the conquer of fear. So it's not the absence of fear, but the conquer of fear. Being able to move forward even when there is fear. So it's like that. So that is the challenge for you right now and for the near future. So this is what I see for you right now, Pisces. I hope that you were able to gain some insights that could help you in your present journey and your future journey. No, if I feel if you would really work more on the awareness that the divine has your help, you try to lessen this fear of the of the unknown, okay, of the future, no, fear of things, the fear that keeps you from moving forward. If you would work on it, maybe this one you can remove, and what will have remain are these cards only. Remember, this is just a possible future. We can change it depending on the choices that we make in the present moment. So if in the present moment you really work hard on it to get rid of this anxiety that troubles you, then maybe when you reach the proximate future, there won't be any more this one, and there will just be this awareness of the presence of God working in you, working well with this team. No, maybe this one also you'll be able to overcome it because you already anticipated that maybe in the near future some people would come, so you will be a little bit more friendly and a little bit more less competitive. No, so maybe these things will be gone and things will be better here. It depends on the choices that we make, and that's the beauty of life. I mean, and that's also the beauty of reading the tarot cards. Somehow you get to see the flow of events, the flow of energies, and somehow you can anticipate already, okay, if I go through this direction, these are possible things that might happen, but I can change it. That's the beauty about it. You know that you can change it by changing the situation that you have in the present moment. And oftentimes the best way to change it is allowing the spirit and your spirit guides to guide you, allowing the universe, the divine, to guide your ways, no, being intuitive, being receptive to the guidance of the spirit. So all these things, you have a positive flow of things, and if you work on it, things will get better. So this is what we can see for you right now, Pisces, for the month of October 2022. I would like to take this moment to thank everyone who have constantly visit this channel and constantly view the videos that we have. Thank you for the likes and the positive comments that you've given. And if you feel that this can help others, don't hesitate to share it with them also. And I look forward to see you again in our next videos. Until that time, may God continue to bless your ways.